MAGA Man is brought to you by.
It appears you hold all the cards, Mr. Trump. My fate is in your hands.
Has anyone ever told you you look like a donkey?
Yes. Many times.
Even facing certain death, you're defiant, like a petulant child. Well, it won't help you now, Maduro. Your time is up. F8.
You sunk my oil tanker.
Hasta el final, asshole.
Coño, carajo.
Oil Tanker, the new game from Bilton Madley, proud sponsor of MAGA Man.
El papá de los pelucones.
Democrats used to believe that border security and immigration enforcement were just common sense ideas. Don't believe it? Take their word for it.
Americans are right to demand better border security and better enforcement of the immigration laws. We simply cannot allow people to pour into the United States undetected, undocumented, unchecked.
We've had 5 million undocumented workers come over the borders. It has become an extraordinary problem.
All Americans, not only in the states most heavily affected, but in every place in this country, are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country. And we must do more to stop it.
Biden, yes or no, would you allow the cities to ignore the federal law?
No.
Any city should listen to the Department of Homeland Security. The city made a mistake not to deport someone that the federal government strongly felt should be deported. Just because your child gets across the border, that doesn't mean the child gets to stay.
We do not think the comprehensive health care benefits should be extended to those who are undocumented workers and illegal aliens. We do not want to do anything to encourage more illegal immigration.
People say, well, why can't you stop illegal immigrants from coming here? And the number one answer we give is when they come here, they can get jobs, get benefits against the law because of fraud.
Illegal immigration is wrong, plain and simple.
Open borders. You're doing away with the concept of a nation state.
Our nation, like all nations, has the right and obligation to control its borders, and no matter how decent they are, no matter their reasons, the 11 million who broke these laws should be held accountable.
For decades, these weren't controversial or radical ideas. The only thing that changed is them.
Hey yo, meticulous like a watchmaker, precision, I'm public enemy without the clock. Yo, listen, champagne flavor apricot, 4 flavored, full leaf furs, ocelot, I'm at the spot, about to make a lot. On a calm morning, got me brainstorming, new ways to breach loopholes, new goals, to turn coal into diamonds, you motherfucking turncoats, cotton picking good for nothing wanted, you low down Benedicts, how you kill a good nigga working in the neighborhood, trying to build shit, that ain't real shit, I know it's hard to get on one accord, but why take a king off the board, it's not checkmate, when the gang detonate, but let me deviate, I'm thinking more pouring white grapes than the flu, how escaping the coupe, the heist, open shop down in Alger Heights. Nothing less than success will suffice. Right, tell me how it feel to be a real one. We don't inherit empires, gotta build one. High stakes when it's fake, stay a real one. Mastermind a game plan to make a meal from. Tell me how it feel to be a real one. We don't inherit empires, gotta build one. High stakes when it's fake, stay a real one. Mastermind a game plan to make a meal from. It's real, pearls before swine. Girls with strong minds, the world is all mine. It's like hurry up and wait, it's a long line. You got the right idea, but at the wrong time. Timepieces, I find peace, my mind reaches new levels, new devils to leave speechless. Speak truth to power, minutes turn to hours, yours become ours. Now it's new moves, rules of engagement. I leave out with the money, with who I came with. No more the same shit, but I'm still player. Get your main hit, like your first single. Layers, fly ladies understand lingo. On the hotel rooftop, we met mingle. Tequila shots, the whole menu was bilingual. Sing along, you know the words, it's not a jingle. A man with a plan with a purpose. Standing ovation, we out, close the curtains. Yeah. Tell me how it feel, tell me how it feel. Tell me how it feel to be a real one. We don't inherit empires, gotta build one. High stakes when it's fake, stay a real one. Mastermind a game plan to make a meal from. Tell me how it feel to be a real one. We don't inherit empires, gotta build one. High stakes when it's fake, stay a real one. Mastermind a game plan to make a meal from.
Yeah, we got to talk about this. And before y'all come at me in the comments, this is a personal testimony as someone who has dated outside of my race. Plenty, okay? A lot of y'all like what you see when you date a black woman. You love the beauty of black women, which I can't blame you. You love the aesthetic. You love how different we are. You love our bodies. But the problem is a lot of y'all don't even like black people.
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Man, we had to take the week off, man. Take my exam at the end of the month, man. Been studying. Yo, salute to y'all. Salute to the chat. Yo, salute to Aaron. Salute to No News. I see y'all in the chat. Oh, Aaron been a member for 7 months. Yo, thanks for supporting the channel. All right, guys. I just want to run through some things. It's Saturday night. I ain't been on all week, man. I was itching to stream. We got the show tomorrow, Sunday show tomorrow night. And if you guys have got the early notification, we got anybody was here last Sunday. BGS showed up in the chat. We were doing like a short segment on Iran, and Tito and BGS got into it a little bit. I couldn't bring BGS up because I didn't want to just derail the show. But I have the debate scheduled on Iran for next Wednesday, 8 p.m. It's up, thumbnails up. So I'll keep reposting it on the community tab. It should be a good debate. I'm trying to keep it civil. Yo, 𝐷𝐿𝐒 in the building. Actually, I'm glad you're here. Shout out to 𝐷𝐿𝐒. You sent me a bunch of stuff. Actually, I might as well just pull up one of your joints now. You sent me some emails with with some stuff to look at. I seen the one on China. So actually, let me just open my email, pull that up. Mr. O should be here not too. He getting off work, so Mr. O going to do part of the stream with me. And like I said, tomorrow night, Sunday show. And while I'm at it, shout out to Ed Anderson. I'm going to have to repost this. I posted it on the community tab. I'm going to have to repost it. Ed Anderson and Compassionate and Callous came up with a really good idea. He's got the thumbnail where it's, Dr. Tia Johnson has the political policy initiatives for the black male. So they have the idea of taking that and making it a billboard with a QR code. So that you can scan the QR code, it'll take you right to Dr. Tia Johnson's, I think it's 19 points policy plan for black men. I think it's a brilliant idea. I think we should do postcards too. I may email Ed about that. I emailed him initially when I had overheard the stream. I thought it was a brilliant idea, and I just wanted to make sure I had heard correctly. So shout out to Ed Anderson. I'm gonna repost it on the community tab. And probably the next random show, or maybe even tonight, depending on how everything goes. I'll actually just pull his page up, show the stream, and drop the link in the chat. And I might just actually invite Ed over on one of these evenings to just talk it through. Brilliant idea. Brilliant idea. That being said, I'll wait to do some Twitter news when when Mr. O gets here. Iran war. I got my thoughts on it. I'm actually for the initiative. I've been monitoring it all week. I might actually have to bring back news desk to actually go over it because but yeah, by all Strait of Hormuz and whatnot aside, by all accounts, it had to be done. Better now than later. But fallout from the war, I want to cover this Old Dominion shooting, because this guy was actually ROTC prior to, even though he was arrested and he had done some jail time. But I want to cover this one real quick. This one's important too because this guy's from Sierra. I have been posting in the community app. This guy's from Sierra Leone. And so shout out to Tariq Nasheed and shout out to Dennis Sperling because he's been covering the FBA delineation and political ramifications of it very well, I might add. And I haven't. I've been listening to Tariq, basically breaking the tethers that call in hostile. Some of that shit's really funny. But ironically, even with all the trolling, we're watching in real time that argument with regard to the more so the political ramifications of the delineation play out in real time. And they're saying politics makes strange bedfellows. So ironically, with this FBA thing, it's I think to a large degree making Black Americans more politically astute, the ones that wouldn't have been reached by the content that we've been doing down here in this space for like the last decade. But that being said, here, let me add this to the stage. Let's go over. I'll play both news stories, but so yeah, this is a pro-Iran crash out. We had two, and people forget that even before the war, they busted the two big sleeper cells in Texas. People forget about that. That kind of disappeared out of the news cycle, I think, within 48 hours. But yeah, let's cover this Dominion story real quick. And I like this one in particular because he apparently did, and he killed the instructor. I don't know if the instructor was FBA, but I saw his picture. He does look black. So that's another thing. But this guy's from Sierra Leone, but if you see the photographs, you would think they was black. And we're seeing that delineation play out in the news as well, because they are clear to mention that he is from Sierra Leone. And even though he is a naturalized citizen and whatnot, that basically they make the distinction that he is not FBA. We're starting to see a lot of that.
Now, as we mentioned, there was also a shooting incident there, a situation that took place on the campus of Old Dominion University. I do want to bring in Mike Emanuel over at Fox News. He is live for us out there in Virginia with the latest. And Mike, there's a lot that we know about this, a lot still left to figure out.
Yeah, Josh, you're absolutely right. Good morning to you. Fox News has learned that at least one of the ROTC students from Old Dominion University stabbed the suspect here to death. That's according to two senior law enforcement sources, heroically stopping the attack. Now,
shout out to the I believe it was ROTC, but shout out to the students. Boy came in and bussing. It seems like they swarmed him and they gave him that knife work. Welcome to it's the American way. Shout out to them.
the suspect was in prison until 2 years ago. His name is Mohammed Baylor Jallo, who's just 36 years old. Jallo was a member of the Virginia Army National Guard. The FBI says he shouted Allah.
And that's the problem. That's the thing. He did this in retaliation for the Iran action, but he was National Guard. The collapse of America is going to come from the inside, not the outside.
Akbar as he launched that attack.
In 2016, Jallo was arrested and pled guilty for attempting to provide material support to ISIL, now known as ISIS. Jallo was sentenced to prison in October of 2017 and was released from prison in 2024.
In 2017, Jallo was convicted of providing material support to ISIS. Among the questions today, why Jallo was out of prison. The Justice...
So he's National Guard, and he was arrested in 2017 for providing information and material to ISIS here in the States. And when he's released, why isn't he deported? Irregardless of him being National Guard. Yeah, scary. That's crazy work. And I know I haven't been streaming all week, but I've been following this whole Iran stuff very carefully. Now, like I said, I started this by saying that even prior to the strike on Iran, they had already, like I said, it disappeared from the news cycle for like 48 hours, but it was in Texas where they caught those two sleeper cells, and they were, I think, a mix of Arab and Africans, but Muslim Africans. So it was already here. The majority of them coming in during the Biden administration. So there was already action going on over here. FBI, Homeland Security have done a good job thus far. And I'll be honest with you, I think there's a couple more other things that went off, and it was just never reported to the press so that there wouldn't be public panic, honestly.
Department wanted him to serve 20 years behind bars. The judge handling the case gave him 11 years. He was out after 8 years. The attack taking place at Old Dominion University in Norfolk, Virginia yesterday morning. An Army officer who led the ROTC program here was killed. 2 students were injured. FBI Director Kash Patel says this is being investigated as an act of terrorism. Officials here at Old Dominion are trying to reassure an anxious university community.
And we do everything that we can to protect the students here. Every one of these kids are my kids. And I treat them the same way and protect them the same way as I would my own children that are away at college.
Old Dominion University is closed today. Classes are canceled as this university, some 200 miles southeast of Washington, D.C., was the place where this attack took place. Josh?
And Mike, I wanted to ask you, because I know that we've been getting updates here from the Michigan governor on the situation that took place there outside of Detroit. Have we heard yet from officials there in Virginia if we expect any kind of update today?
That's a great question. We are constantly checking with sources to see if there will be further updates today. We can say that the governor of Virginia, Abigail Spanberger, said that she was closely monitoring the situation at Old Dominion. She expressed her condolences to the gentleman who was leading the ROTC program at Old Dominion University, who was senselessly murdered yesterday. And so a lot of heartbreak here in this Norfolk community, a very tightly knit military community here along the coast in Virginia. And obviously a lot of upset people at Old Dominion. They are offering counseling to students and or faculty who may need it.
All right. Mike Emanuel at Fox News, thank you so much. Of course, we'll be in touch here as that investigation continues.
Yeah, man. Wild stuff going on in Gotham, Batman. I think I got to follow up on that. And then I want to switch over to something else right after this. Hold on, is this shit still loading? Yeah, here we go. Yeah,
with that frightening campus assault at Old Dominion University in Virginia. A gunman with known ties to ISIS entering a classroom and opening fire. Seconds later, students in that classroom taking decisive action to end the attack. Eyewitness News reporter Michelle Fisher joining us now with new developments tonight. Michelle.
Mark, this is now being investigated as an act of terrorism. The life of this man, taken, the veteran Army pilot, surviving combat missions in the Middle East during the early 2000s, only to be killed here on U.S.
There we go. That's our guy. His last name's Shah. So I don't know if he's immigrant, if he's FBA or not. But this is, irregardless, this is the instructor that got killed. And he got killed trying to protect his students, which is noble. And like I said, shout out to the students because they turned around and took homie out. Actually, what's his name? Shah? Let me Google him for a minute.
Soil. And there could have been other casualties if it were not for those brave students confronting the attacker and ending his life as he tried to end theirs.
Prior to him conducting this act of terrorism,
He shouted, stated, Allah Akbar.
Those words and then gunshots as a convicted terrorist targeted Old Dominion University in Norfolk, Virginia.
All of a sudden we heard a commotion. A lot of people rumbling, starting to get up. We started running, and that's when we heard gunshots.
The FBI identifying the gunman as 36-year-old Mohammed Jalloh, a former Virginia National Guard member. Around 10:45 Thursday morning, investigators say he calmly walked into a classroom on campus, asked if it was the ROTC, and when someone said yes, he shot the instructor several times. The student cadets fighting back.
There were students that were in that room that subdued him and rendered him no longer alive. I don't know how else to say it, but they basically were able to terminate the threat.
So he was not shot?
He was not shot.
The rampage left 2 students injured, one critically. A third victim who died, identified late today as U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel Brandon Shaw, a veteran Army aviator who was a professor of military science at ODU, where he was also an alum.
Our campus and our community have been truly shaken and forever impacted by this senseless act of violence.
And in the wake of today's deadly attack, Mohammed Jalloh's disturbing ties to terrorism have come to light. He was convicted in 2016 for attempting to provide weapons to ISIS for an attack on U.S. soil. He served 8 years of an 11-year sentence and was released in December of 2024. Mark?
Michelle Fisher, thank you.
Yeah, man. That's what I said. Old boy looks like he looks like an FBI. Oh, hold on. I pulled up the video Kwame sent me. Oh, okay. So is this what you sent me, Kwame? China fake Lincoln carrier. All right, cool. What is this? China faked Lincoln carriers bomber, truth revealed. All right, let's pull it up. Let's take a look at this while I wait for Mr. O. Yeah, Kwame sent me this like a couple days ago. Let me do a share screen. And I seen the Judge Joe Brown joint you sent me. I saw that earlier. During the week. Judge Joe Brown be spot on, man. So sad. I'm listening to all of the chitter chatter around things. I will say this fundamentally: the old world, as you know, it don't exist no more. Like things are changing right in front of your face, and there it. Okay, yeah. People don't have a conversation for it. The old. Everything post-Trump, man, like I said, unless, and especially if Rubio or J.D. Vance is elected in 2028, forget about it, bro. The entire world, as you know, is being reshaped. And to a large extent, this is what people voted for. And there's no... I've got a long playlist of stuff on Iran, like this, the Trump with the Iran thing. That's actually no surprise if you listen to him during his stump speeches during the election. Let's play some of this. Where's this from? This is from it's from the China Observer. Yeah, I'm subscribed to the China Observer. This is 11 days ago. Kwame Kaiju sent me this. China faked Lincoln carriers bombing. Truth revealed. All of Iran's Navy sunk. U.S. unscathed. All right, let's go. Let me play some of this.
Earlier on March 1st, its public relations office abruptly declared that as part of retaliatory operations against the United States and Israel, it had launched 4 ballistic missiles, allegedly scoring direct hits on the U.S. Navy aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln, which it claimed was operating in the Gulf. The statement further escalated tensions, asserting that military confrontation had entered a new phase and vowing to turn both land and sea into a graveyard for aggressors. Various independent media outlets and military-focused accounts quickly seized on the report, amplifying it across social media platforms. Even some state-affiliated media accounts joined in, giving the claim prominent coverage. More strikingly, some bloggers claiming to be on the front lines in the Middle East even launched so-called live broadcasts from thousands of miles away. They breathlessly narrated what they described as first-hand battlefield developments, pointing to plumes of unidentified black smoke as purported evidence of unfolding combat.
Quick, look, did you hear that? The aircraft carrier's been hit. Do you see it? Oh my, the carrier's been bombed. See that thick smoke? It's right next to the carrier. The U.S. aircraft carrier's been hit.
Even more outlandish was a post claiming Pentagon statement March 2nd, USS Abraham Lincoln, CVN-72, struck by 4 Iranian ballistic missiles, rendered inoperable. The post was accompanied by images purporting to show the United States transporting home the bodies of personnel allegedly killed in the missile strike. Amidst this coordinated wave of claims and imagery, nationalist leaning users across major social media platforms reacted with visible excitement, and discussions surged rapidly. The topic U.S. aircraft carrier hit climbed to the top of trending search list and generated intense online attention. The comment section quickly became a showcase for self-proclaimed prophets and strategists weighing in on the purported incident. Iran pulled this off brilliantly. This is unquestionably a landmark event, one commenter wrote. Sinking it would mark the beginning of the end of American hegemony, another declared. An aircraft carrier is no match for hypersonic missiles, said another. One particularly extravagant claim went, the United States will collapse this year. The dollar will be worth no more than paper. I predict that within a year, 1 RMB will exchange for 500,000 USD. Some skeptical voices also emerged, with one commenter asking, are the carrier's close-in weapon system, its defenses escorting destroyers, and airborne early warning aircraft all blind? Another commenter pointed out, setting aside the facts, the United States never even won the war on TikTok. Others dismissed the reports entirely. Isn't this clearly AI generated? Even as someone who supports Iran, I can't take this seriously, one user wrote. Just as celebrations swept across parts of Chinese internet, with some users ready to pop the champagne, the United States Central Command issued a fact-check statement on March 1st via the social media platform X. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps claims to have struck USS Abraham Lincoln with ballistic missiles. Lie. The Lincoln was not hit. The missiles launch didn't even come close. The Lincoln continues to launch aircraft to support the CENTCOM's relentless campaign to defend the American people by eliminating threats from the Iranian regime. On March 2nd, United States Central Command issued several additional statements continuing to refute Iran's false claims and highlighting Tehran's history over the past 47 years of killing more than 1,000 Americans and attacking civilian targets, including Dubai International Airport, Kuwait International Airport, and the King David Hotel. However, due to China's well-known internet firewall, much of this correct information was largely inaccessible to domestic audiences. As a result, while the US was actively debunking the claims abroad, online excitement continued unabated at home. This eventually prompted a more sober-minded vlogger to step in, braving accusations of being pro-American to urge their followers to temper their reactions.
All right, everyone. After a night of calm, we can finally talk about the aircraft carrier situation rationally. Last night, we were all too fired up, too excited, and I got swept up in it too. Couldn't help myself. Like I told you guys yesterday, I said, let the bullets fly a little longer. Now it's past 10 a.m. on March 2nd, and I'm sure many of you have realized by now, the USS Abraham Lincoln was not hit by any Iranian missiles. Here's what actually happened. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps of Iran released a statement claiming they fired 4 ballistic missiles at the Lincoln and hit it precisely. A lot of people even claimed they saw live videos showing a ship on fire. First, I want to make it clear, for anyone streaming from abroad in the region, it's impossible to film the carrier. It's too far away. The burning ships people are seeing are not the aircraft carrier. They are other vessels. Right now, the Lincoln is operating normally and has been all along. This is a classic case of Iranian information and propaganda operations. The reality? The Lincoln was not hit. The missiles didn't even come close, and there's no threat whatsoever. There are no casualties, no structural damage, and the carrier remains fully operational. Now, some of you might say, hey, are you pro-American? How can you say that? Remember, I'm just stating facts. If this is the truth, I'm not afraid of criticism. I believe we can all have the courage to face reality. We shouldn't live in the fantasy someone else is trying to spin for us. In this Middle East conflict, Iran is clearly at a disadvantage. I've always been skeptical of the IRGC's actual combat capability, and the information they release, honestly, about 80% of it turns out to be false. So next time you see a statement from the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, be cautious and observe it carefully.
The vlogger known as 𝐷𝐿.
Spot on. I dropped the link to the full video because it's about 18 minutes. So even with fair use, I'm not going to run through the whole thing, but it's in the chat. And I'll whatchamacallit, actually, let me just put it in the notes so I can put it in the description page. There we go. So I can put it in the description box when I update the video after this. When I update the description box after this. So I dropped it in the chat. That's shout out to Kwame. Kwame sent me that. Kwame sent me a bunch of other stuff too, but I definitely wanted to go over that one. I will say this, because I'm arguing with some of my friends back in the States as well. A lot of my friends back in the States are liberal. I will say this, I'm keeping my cards close to my chest, but I would just say just straight numbers. I saw a lot of some of the news channels earlier about the we're getting casualties. What did we maxed out at, like 20 casualties? This is a military operation. I mean, we've destroyed the entire Navy, Air Force. We got the Ayatollah Khomeini like the first day. We wiped out the second chain of command of guys who were supposed to step up. They put his son in. And by all accounts, his son's either in a coma or maimed. I know if you watch any history of war, with the amount of damage inflicted on this military and this nation in the last 2-3 weeks, etc., with only a 20 casualty loss rate for the amount of damage, you don't have a realistic assessment of warfare. Like I said, it's. Let me tell you something. I will say this: like, I always make the joke about like we're in clown world. Aside from Trump derangement syndrome and everything else like this is a full-scale military operation. We've never seen anything like this amount of, and it's us and Israel. So that's what I'm saying about clown world. Like, if we look at the amount of damage inflicted upon the enemy and the casualty rate on our side, any assessment that the odds aren't in our favor, and this is by all measurable military metrics. So far, a successful military operation. The Strait of Hormuz is up for debate. We'll work that out. It seems to be being worked out as it. And like I said, China's going to have something to say about the Strait of Hormuz because they're interested in that. You've seen that they already stepped in sideways here or there and the other. Like I said, we're going to let it play out. But anybody telling you anything otherwise, like I said, I got my qualms with America. You know, we talk about it here, but at the end of the day, I'm a goddamn patriot. And like I said, this leverage and balls. Trump's the first president to have the leverage to actually make this move, and all the pieces in place. It is what it is. And sometimes strike for and. This is what I will say about Israel. If IDF ends up being like doing all of the groundwork after all the bombing campaign and everything, that is an example of turn them loose and let them do what they wanted to do. Better IDF on the ground than us. You know what I mean? So we'll see how all the, like I said, war is fluid. Um, but if we just keep putting, if we just tracking points to the board, we see how this play out. But right now, they running out of leaders. Let's put it that way. Like, this is street shit. You know what I'm saying? You whack the boss, then you whack the underboss, you whack the consigliere, you whack the capos. You know what I'm saying? That's this street shit. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.
Straight like that. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that. Straight like that.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.
You know what I'm saying? Bro, man, you preach it to the choir. That's why I said, man, I've just listened to it's clown world, bro. More American soldiers lose their lives in training the military opera, bro. Like I said, it's so much clown world conversation going that I just have to. And like I said, I mean, I listen. Victor David Hanson has had some of the most level-headed analysis and stuff, and I listened to Prometheus. It's not a think tank, but it's political like academic, old school political commentary and analysis, and they're real spot on with I'm gonna have to bring back an episode of News Desk just to cover Iran because I've been trying to refurb News Desk, but so I think I'm just gonna have to do and I'm gonna do it almost as I'll have my opinion and stuff, but I'm gonna try and do it as non-partial as possible. And like I said, I will say this: I think it's a coup. Shout out to BGS for accepting the debate. Shout out to Tito for accepting the debate. It'll be, and it's like I said, we've agreed to keep it civil, no ad hominem, and whichever way it goes, I think that it's a good thing that Oh, you listen to Prometheus too? Yeah, with the old scholarly white women, yeah. But their analysis be spot on. MC Recovery in the building. What up with you, Playboy? Oh, you like the you like the half baked drop? But I mean, Newt Gingrich had and we'll probably play that Sunday. He gave the 3 points though about how it needed to be with regard the 3 sticking points. I'll actually play that clip on Sunday and we'll react to it. I think he's spot on. Shada Hormuz's big one. Boots on the ground. Like I said, man, if 20 to 30,000 boots get put on the ground in goddamn Iran, not that it's a wrap, but like even if Trump wins, he loses with that because the base is not with it. You know what I'm saying? We're not with that shit. We'll take any, like I said, this excursion, all this shit like that. We don't want no occupying force on the ground, all that shit. And like I said, even for what, like that's a loss. And you see the part of the MAGA base kind of rebelling now, which I think is a good thing. I think, and because that's how politics is supposed to work. You ran on these particular things. This is happening. We don't like the way it's going. And that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to hold the guy you elected feet to the fire. And that's why I think you hear a lot of Trump trying to consistently reiterate, this is an excursion. This is not, we're not doing any regime change, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And to that point, This is how you FBA black men need to be with these people that you're electing. Hey, you guys said you want to do this, and like when it looks like they deviating from the plan. You're supposed to revolt and say we're going to primary you and get you up out of here. You know, it's working the way it's supposed to be working. The Megyn Kellys, the Tuckers, Marjorie Taylor Greene. I think some of the shit's bullshit, but it's still a good thing because it's a it's to hold the politician accountable to what they said, and we don't end up with mission creep and stuff like that. This is how the political the body politic is supposed to work. You know what I mean? And blacks in general, with them voting for Democrats, and then but all that aside, black men, with regard to, like I said, when we start picking our candidates and putting them in, the ones we picked it when we talk about FBAs, non-tethers, that's how we supposed to be doing. Oh no, you ain't doing this. Oh, we ain't having it. We supposed to throw a motherfucker fit. Let them know that they going to get primaries and everything else. 𝐷𝐿, you said 2,500 Marines, if not more. Like I said, I know some were deployed with some of the more ships going over, but like I said, with that, them protecting bases and shit like that, I don't consider that shit boots on the ground. Like, I mean, and if truth be told, even before the invasion, we had guys on the ground, and so, you know, conferring with IDF and Mossad intelligence, recon, stuff like that. That's not what I consider boots on. I'm talking about a full 10, 20, 30,000 troops on the ground, actually in Iran, like Iraq style door kicking and shit. We not going for that. Like, bro, we've already got guys on the ground over there. Like, you understand what I'm saying? That's different. Recon, Ranger, Delta, you know what I'm saying? Special forces guys, you know what I'm saying? Probably even training up some people and stuff like that. That's not what I'm talking about. Like, and even when we say on the ground, we got bases over there and there. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, at least in the surrounding area, regions and everything. Like I said, let's see this shit play out. And like I said, as far as it's playing out right now, like I said, I don't know what military math people are using. But if we got at max 20, 25 casualties to a completely destroyed Navy, Air Force, et cetera, we're raining goddamn Warhammer style hell from the sky, and we only got 20 casualties. Like, and what war are we talking? Is that not a win? I mean, that's how we count that shit: destruction and casualties. How many dead on their side? How many dead are like, bro? What are we talking about? Like I said, clown world. I don't know where the hell fucking Mr. O is. All right, well, here. All right, I'm going to pivot real quick because this goofy Godfrey, I done been wanting to do something on him for a minute, and I'm glad my man Tim Black got to him first. Because Godfrey be King Tether, you know he's Nigerian, but he be playing that. Here's my problem with Godfrey. He be doing all the pro-blackity, black, you know what I'm saying? They're pushing that. But here's what I'm saying. This is where the tethering comes. He's still a Democratic shill. He telling us to vote for Kamala. And like I said, because he be tethering and playing and cosplaying the black man thing, he be having carte blanche to call blacks coons who are not towing the Democratic line. You see what I'm saying to you? And you want to talk about civil rights and all this shit, but your peoples wasn't even fucking here, bro. You understand what I'm saying? And that's that cosplaying shit. You don't even get to throw the coon stuff and everything for not backing Democratic policy and all that other stuff, using our history against us when you're not even a part of the history. You understand what I'm saying? You second generation immigrant, bro. So, and I've been feeling this way since for a year plus. So, this interview with this Nigerian footballer then resurfaced, and people begin at, and then he was just recently on some African podcasts with Joy Reid, who was from the Congo, and it's them up there basically taking shot. It was basically a podcast to take shots at FBA and everything else like that. So, like I said, wherever Joy Reid is, there's Democratic money pushing the. You know what I'm saying? There's Democratic money in the background. And as I said, I've been making the point that oddly and strangely enough, shout out to Tariq Nasheed. I don't agree, and we don't agree with a lot of the Tariq Nasheed. Just what is it, Dr. Umar Light race baiting and everything that he's more so known, made himself known for. There's a hustle and there's a bag to that. I ain't gonna hate on the hustle, but he's inadvertently with this FBA thing opened up something that's basically been a good political wedge. He said that that ninja needs to stick to voice impersonations. Exactly. So I'm gonna but Tim Black did a good job, and he basically made some of the arguments that I've had in my head with regarding Godfrey and what's going on, and it's poignant because and like I said, it's no coincidence this stuff's coming out too, very close to midterms.
Black Americans is heavy. Jack and Jill, you got the Chicago.
All right, let's run it back.
As much as I defend Black Americans, I get stuff where they'll go, "You're not Black American, you African." Right. And I go, "Eat a dick." How about that? That's what I do, because I'm like, what are you talking about? I grew up in Chicago. Yeah. That's a very black city.
Bang. Right from the gate, this is the point. He's talking about it like it's a costume. This is what I'm saying to you. Like, this is why they don't like the FBA thing, because it's a bloodline, it's a heritage, it's a do you understand what I'm saying? And their whole thing was always just like, you don't have any culture and like you don't know where you come from. But you see how he's talking about him when they say, you're not black, you're African, which is true. Even though you assimilated to the American black culture, but he's talking about it. Watch his explanation. He's talking about it like it's a costume, like something you could put on and take off, and that's the cusp of it.
Mm-hmm. Chicago's history of Black Americans is heavy. Jack and Jill. You got the Chicago Defender. A lot of stuff started in Chicago. The Obamas. The Obamas, Minister Farrakhan, he's a Nation of Islam. There's so much just so much in Chicago. And my father was an educator for 45 years at Malcolm X College. You know what I mean? That's pretty black. Yeah. Taught on the west side of Chicago. Right. Yeah. My father had adult education programs for gangster disciples, Blackstone Rangers, and Vice Lords.
You hear how ignorant this is? That's like me going to Nigeria and being like, what are you talking about? I'm here, I eat fufu, I wear this garb, you see my cowrie shells? I'm Nigerian. Do you know how much igosi I eat? Do you know what I'm saying? Jollof rice? This is what he's doing. I wear my hat backwards. You see what I'm saying to you?
Gangbangers knew my dad. You don't get no, and cats.
You don't get any blacker than gangbangers. He doesn't even peep how disrespectful this shit is.
Be like, yeah, your dad taught me how to read, dog. For real, we got your pops. I mean, and my mother was a nurse an OB-GYN nurse who delivered so many people's babies. My mother was known in Chicago, so our blackness was mended with Black Americans. Most of my friends were Black Americans. And of course there were immigrants, because in the area I lived in Chicago was the
So if my best friend is Nigerian, does that make me Nigerian? You see how disrespectful this shit is? It's crazy.
Most integrated area in Chicago.
You're still African. Yeah. Godfrey. Is my mic on? Yeah, it's.
Yeah, Tim Black is funny as shit. You're still African.
You're still African.
Yeah, let's see. Let's cook. Let's cook. Yo.
Yeah, Godfrey. Is my mic on? Yeah, it's on. Listen, guys. Godfrey, you're still African. Doesn't matter if you grew up in Chicago or if you grew up in Wyoming. Still African. What you are is a Chicagoan. Yeah, you could be a Chicagoan. I'm a Marylander, right? But I'm not white. Like most of Maryland is white. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so y'all caught that shit too, right? Now here's and this is why I said that. I mean, shout out to Tariq Nasheed. We don't agree on a lot of other shit, but what he's done with these FBA arguments is he's inadvertently turned black lineage political, and it has ramifications. You know what I'm saying? We'll never another Obama as president will never happen again. Even like I said, people being elected now, everybody's going to start asking, where are they from? So the flat blackness thing, shout out to Dr. Tia Johnson and Dr. Ron Neal. This is the beginning of the death knell of that. Oh yeah, all right. So y'all hear it too. MC Recovery says Godfrey did not show up to the Pan African Film Festival on his film. He did it from a cell phone. Covington Morris says definitely some backhanded disrespect. And here's the thing: X amount of years ago, we would have never, people would have never caught that. But now when you hear it, I mean, because like, you know, maybe 5-10 years ago, people would co-sign that. Like, oh yeah, he's from Chicago. Oh, he know how to play ball. Yeah, he's like, yeah, that. Now when you hear it, it sounds like, well, nigga, wearing your hat backwards don't make you FBA. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they talk about it like a costume, and that's why I was making the comment. Like, all right, so if I live in Nigeria for a year and I eat jollof rice, does that make me motherfucking Nigerian? What is we talking about? All my friends were black. Well, if all my friends are Nigerian, does that make me Nigerian? What are we talking about? Yeah, he's doing. I have plenty of black friends. True. Boulele. Yo, shout out to Chill. Shout out to Chill.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.
Yo.
It's predominantly white state, you know? But that doesn't make me white. Yeah, man, it's just he said it with his whole chest like, eat him. You know, eat a penis. Asking me, saying I'm not black American. You're not black American. You're African. What is wrong with being what you are? I'm what I am. I don't get upset that I'm not African.
Straight up. And that, yo, he actually just hit on something too. With the FBA thing, is like, yeah, we're not upset that we're not Africans. That kind of used to be like, well, you know, you don't know what tribe you're from. Like all of those little barbs that, you know, we're all familiar with. Like them shits don't hit. They don't hit no more. They don't stick no more. And Tariq has a statement that he says when he be arguing with them on his channel, he'd be saying like, oh, you know, no, we're but what he says about the ethnogen, he say, yeah, we're not generic Africans, we're FBA, and they get heated about that shit, bro. They be like,
fuck you, you're cool, and fuck you, I'm out.
I don't get upset I'm not Swedish. I don't get upset I'm not Australian or German. Might be cool to be Italian, you know? Might be, you know, might get a good acting job if they thought I was Italian. Paisan, you know?
Yo, he's right. Like, that's what exactly. That's what I'm talking about. his analogy about the Italians. Yeah, like he's talking about it like it's a costume. Like, yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I grew up in South Philly around all Italians and everything. I said, if I say Mulian and Paisan, does that make me Italian? What are we talking about? Yo, what up, Mr. O? You there, Playboy?
Yo. Sorry for being late.
Shit, I was just about to email you too. All right, I'm not. It's cool. We an hour in. We got like another hour. I was waiting for you to get here before I went through some of the Twitter stuff. But what you call it? All right, you right in time though, because we got Tim Black. What you call it? Putting Godfrey in his place, because Godfrey talking about how he grew up in Chicago and everything. So that
he did. Godfrey from Chicago.
Yeah, but he's saying how it basically makes him black and everything, and he gets to speak on it because Godfrey quick to call anybody who voted for Trump coons and all that other shit. And I'll be saying these tethers, they be trying to cosplay us, and then at the same time, because what do you call it? Godfrey's a Democratic shill. He was clowning dudes for not voting for Kamala and all this other shit. So he basically doing immigrant-based, what do you call it, like policy initiatives, but trying to clown FBAs who ain't going for that shit by calling them coons and everything else, like basically using our language. But it's like, nigga, your peoples wasn't even here doing Jim Crow and all that shit.
Know,
so
man.
You don't get to call nobody. You see what I'm saying to you? Like,
yeah,
you don't get to call Thomas Sowell and Clarence Thomas the coon and all this other shit, because Clarence Thomas's peoples was really like one generation removed from slavery and shit. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, you don't get to call Clarence Thomas that. Your peoples just got here, bro. You don't get to talk about Jim Crow. Your people's never experienced that shit over here, so you don't get to talk to. You understand what I'm saying? If it's going to be an argument about ideology and political policy and everything amongst FBA, we're going to have another FBA call him a coon, and then they can fight it out from there. But you don't get to do it. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Oh, I most definitely see the thing about Godfrey, and the thing is he's a good comedian. I ain't gonna lie. I used to follow some of his early work before he stopped blowing up off of Soul Plane, and he a Chicago nigga. I can't even lie to you, Machismo.
Oh no, but see, I'm gonna play it back from the beginning since you just got here, so you have it in context when Tim Black start kicking his back in. But go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm familiar with ironically, I seen Godfrey. I didn't get a chance to actually like talk to him, but I seen him a few years ago while I was working downtown doing my little square job. Just like tonight, I was this is why I was kind of late. I was chopping it up with NFL legend Michael Irvin.
Nice.
Couldn't get a picture with him, but I think he ain't gonna leave until tomorrow. But I can't tell you where he's staying. I can't tell you where he's staying at.
Well, definitely don't do that, because we're gonna have another chick try to fucking extort him for saying hello to him and try to get some money out of it. So we don't want to do that. I like Godfrey as a comedian. I don't like that he's a Democratic shill and he be talking down to black people, just like Jesse Jackson said about old boy Barack Obama.
Another Chicago nigga. Damn, man, Chicago, man, we been taking that.
Yeah, but yeah, y'all been y'all be propping up the tethers out in Chicago, bruh.
Well, see, this is what the problem is, Machismo. See, the real black people of Chicago, see, when they got into the civil rights and the pro-black movement back in the 60s and 70s, they started propping up these tethers. They started endorsing these tethers, giving these tethers money, because they thought we all want people, we all black people. And guess what happened? The black people on the south side, west side, and some parts of the north side gave these motherfuckers the money, and they took the money and moved to the north suburb of Evanston. And they've been there ever since.
That and they take the money. They're just like the Koreans. They take the money out of the community and send it back to their country. That's why, like I said, that money don't circulate back in the community. You know what I'm saying? But we did that shit to ourselves by not gatekeeping. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But this is what's called epigenetic stressor and evolution. Like I always be saying, like what key should be in the dodo bird. If you do not adapt to your environment, you will go extinct. And so, at least with this FBA, that's showing adaptation to the environment. You understand what I'm saying to you? MC Recovery with the $5 super chat. Thanks for supporting the stream play, boy. He said Godfrey was a no-show at the Pan-African Film Festival in LA last month. He did it from a cell phone. The Q&A of his film, The Thing We Carry on My Facebook. A ski would drop.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.
The word liberal as an acronym, lacking in basic education, reasoning, and logic. Liberal.
What the fuck?
Shit. Got your ass.
Oh, you said, okay, damn, 34th Film Festival, Ice Cube came by, blessed the red carpet. That's right, I keep forgetting you out there in LA. But here, let's, I'm gonna pull it back up. Let's do, I restarted it from the beginning. I restarted it from the beginning. So, so you can get the context of when Tim Black is kicking his back.
Go eat a dick? How about that?
All right, hold
That's
on.
what I do. Because I'm like,
hold on, wait, here we go.
As much as I defend Black Americans, I get stuff where they'll go, you're not Black American, you African. Right. And I go, eat a dick? How about that? That's what I do.
See, and that's what I'm talking about. I can't be like, I'm Nigerian. He'll be like, no, you're Nigerian. I tell him, either you understand what I'm saying? And when he describes, when he's explaining why he disrespects the FBA, when they be like, well, dude, you're not really a Black American. Like, you're an African, et cetera, et cetera. He's about to give you his example, his reasoning as to why he is. And when you listen to his explanation, he's going to talk about it like he's trying on like he's wearing a costume. Like, you understand? He doesn't realize how disrespectful he's being.
I'm like, what are you talking about? I grew up in Chicago. Yeah. That's a very Black city. Chicago's history of Black Americans is heavy. Jack and Jill, you got the Chicago Defender.
So if I grew up in Nigeria, but I'm American, does that make me Nigerian?
A lot of stuff started in Chicago.
The Obamas.
You know, the Obamas, Minister Farrakhan, he's a Nation of Islam. There's so much just so much in Chicago. And my father was an educator for 45 years at Malcolm X College. You know what I mean?
So if I go to Nigeria and I teach Nigerian students, does that make me Nigerian?
That's pretty blunt. Taught on the west side of Chicago. Right. Yeah. My father had adult education programs for gangster disciples, Blackstone Rangers, and Vice Lords. Gangbangers knew my dad. You don't get no. And
you hear this shit?
Yeah.
You don't get any blacker than being a gangbanger. My dad knew gangbangers. That makes me Black. You hear it? He sounds like a fucking racist white boy.
The three male Chicagoans that he mentioned are all three tellers. Think about it. He mentioned himself, teller. Barack Obama, somewhat of a tether by proxy, his daddy. And Farrakhan, straight from the islands.
He should say, Farrakhan's from Trinidad.
So again, the three examples of Black men that he's trying to basically paint as prestigious Black men of Chicago are all tethers, and all the Black men of Chicago labeled as gangbangers.
Back, there you go. All right, so you get where I'm going with this. And here's my thing. I done had a problem with Godfrey for several years around this around his politics, not about his comedy, because he's a Democratic shill, and they bring him out to fucking chain people. And like I said, you can see because he's all extra cool with Joy Reid. Like, they brought him out to attack Stephen A. Smith when Stephen A. Smith was calling Jasmine Crockett a dummy and whatnot. Godfrey doesn't know that the NOI started in Detroit, not Chicago.
Yep.
that let you know that he doesn't know what he is talking about.
And I'll give you another thing. The Blackstone Rangers ain't had that name since they was a small gang up into the mid-60s. By the time the late 60s came around and throughout their whole entire existence, they have been called the Black Peace Stone Nation. So he basically using old stuff he probably used to hear about. He don't know what the current times is. And also, he said gangsters are symbols, man. By the time he, because what Godfrey is about 52, 53?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, by the time he even got up into teenage years and early adulthood, it was already called growth and development. So I ain't trying to hit this nigga.
Yeah, so basically, Mr. O was
Fuck
saying,
you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.
I'm not even in the streets no more, and I know that, you know, that's great. And that was something I was about to say. I was gonna say before that. I was trying. It's gonna come back to me. It's gonna come back to me. Go ahead.
all right.
Play.
All right, hold on. So, all right, let's let this play.
Oh, I got it. Since I am a comedian, a novice, I haven't been on a stage yet. You know, I'm still patting down my my whole lines and everything. You know, I ain't gonna embarrass myself and my constituents. But since I am a YouTube,
you stupid.
I am a YouTube comedian. I could say that. And for some reason, when you have you said shields, right? Democratic shields, especially Tether Democratic shields, they go ahead and get to talk about Black people, Black Americans, and guess who back them up? FBA comedians like D.L. Hughley.
Oh yeah, but D.L. Hughley's compromised too. D.L. Hughley, Ricky Smiley, basically any. Look, and that's a shout out to us, to all of the YouTubers in these spaces that we've been talking for years. That's another thing. We represent the what's the word that I used before? The death of prestige of the celebrity, the athlete, the rapper, the singer. Like we've destroyed the prestige of these people gradually and surely, to the point where they can't put them out in front of us.
The word you're looking for is icon.
And like have them tell us what to think and what to do, because you know they say it's cool. You know what I'm saying? We've brought them. We've taken the veneer and that facade of them being larger than life away from them.
You're right,
somebody tell Godfrey we play our drums with sticks. No, that's mad funny.
You're right, Kwame Kaju. Yeah, both Larry Hoover and Jeff Ford and King David and Walter Wheat all came from Mississippi. That's 4 different gang leaders leading their own faction here in Chicago. All came from the same vicinity over there in Mississippi.
All right, come on, let's let some more of this play. Because we'll jump to the Twitter feed after this Tim Black joint.
Cats be like, yeah, your dad taught me how to read, dog. For real, we got your pops. I mean, and my mother was a nurse, an OB-GYN nurse who delivered so many people's babies. My mother was known in Chicago. So our Blackness was mended with Black Americans. Most of my friends were Black Americans. And of course there were immigrants, because in the area I lived in Chicago was the most integrated area in Chicago.
You're still African. Yeah. Godfrey. Is my mic on? Yeah, listen, guys.
Yeah, he just came out of nowhere.
You're still African.
Yo, I did the same thing when I was playing, because he came out of nowhere with let's run that back. Let's run that back. Hold on, let's run that back.
It was mended with Black Americans. Most of my friends were Black Americans. And of course there were immigrants, because in the area I lived in Chicago was the most integrated area in Chicago.
You're still African. Yeah. Godfrey. Is my mic on? Listen, guys. Godfrey, you're still African. Doesn't matter if you grew up in Chicago or if you grew up in Wyoming. Still African. What you are is a Chicagoan. Yeah, you could be a Chicagoan. I'm a Marylander, right? But I'm not white. Like most of Maryland is white. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's predominantly white state, you know? But that doesn't make me white. Yeah, man, it's just he said it with his whole chest like, eat him. You know, eat a penis. Asking me, as saying I'm not black American. You're not black American. You're African. What is wrong with being what you are? I'm what I am. I don't get upset that I'm not African.
I swear.
I don't get upset I'm not Swedish. I don't get upset I'm not Australian or German. Might be cool to be Italian, you know? Might be, you know, might get a good acting job if they thought I was Italian. Paisan.
Paisan.
Hey, yo, Guido. But I don't know why you have such a problem being who you are, fam. Be who you are. You're an educated brother, right? Who knows a lot about history and a lot of, you know, a lot of world events and what have you. And that's what you are. You're a well-read brother. But you are not black American, and that's fine. Who says you have to be?
I do.
You sounded like Kamala Harris. Well, but my dad, he taught at the black school. So that makes me black. No, it doesn't. What makes you black? You are black, but you're not black American. And there's a difference, and there's nothing wrong with the difference. Fam, you always talking about how you love Nigeria. You talk about your pride in Nigeria. What it is, I figured it out.
Tell him, Tim.
And I've said this before.
Tell him,
Let me
Tim.
be very clear with you, Godfrey. I understand. It's much more lucrative if you're in the United States.
There you go.
To be surrounded to and engulfed in the culture of black Americans.
There
In
you go.
fact,
There you go.
it's more beneficial on a global scale to be affiliated and connected to black Americans. I think the whole complaint from Africans, I don't care who you are, whether it's that dude, that African dude that's pissed off on TikTok, complaining because people are saying shit like that to him. You know, it's a lot of Africans right now upset. That's because the money. That's all it is. You don't give a shit. You love Africa. You love the country, whatever country in Africa you're from. You love that shit. Yeah, you love it. You're not convincing me, okay? You're not convincing me that you don't love the fact that you are African. Why would you not? You grew up with your dad and your mom. You know, first generation, these are Africans. Now all of a sudden you reject it. No, you don't. You just want to have the ability to have carte blanche in both communities.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And you could, you know, it's a free country. Go and come as you please. But stop talking as if we are like a pair of shoes you can slip on anytime you want.
There you go.
Because that's not how shit operates. You know what? It doesn't operate that way for anybody else in the world. It's just that's what's disrespectful. Family, I know of no other nationality that gets disrespected like we do. You know, if you was Puerto Rican and you were talking to a Cuban, right? You would respect he's a Cuban. And you wouldn't say, I'm Cuban now because I grew up, you know, I like Cuban sandwiches. I like cigars. You'd be like, that's good you like that shit. But you're not Cuban. And you would not have a problem. You would not feel offended. And the reason why you wouldn't have a problem, because it's not a lot monetarily to gain for being wrapped up in the Cuban culture, not in the United States. The currency, fam, is black. See, too many people don't want to accept and acknowledge that blackness, with all its pearls, all of the obstacles, all of its trapdoors, all of its catch-22s, is still a damn good thing to be. It's an amazing thing to be. Right? You don't want to admit that there's a currency in that, and that there is something attached to it that makes your life better. Because if it wasn't, you wouldn't be claiming it. Why would you claim something that was nothing but struggle and pain and animosity? Now it's good for your brand. You wouldn't be to talk all that African shit, all of that Black history shit. That people go, wow, Godfrey really knows stuff. He's really saying it with his chest about us. We like him. You build a career off doing that shit. Or social media. That's what your social media platform has been. But at the end of the day, you a visitor, you a guest in our house. That's how it is. And you know what? If I went to Nigeria, I would be a guest in the Nigerian's house. That's what I would be. And I would be.
There we go. He articulated a lot of the arguments that I've had in my head about this whole Godfrey situation. Because I haven't been fucking with Godfrey since the Kamala Harris election. The way he was going at people, Black Americans, FBAs in particular, Black men in particular, who were voting for Trump or who weren't supporting. He was like a little tether attack dog, and like I said, and I let Tim Black, I let a lot of this play out because he was articulating a lot of the. I've been along the same line of thinking with regard to those arguments. What say you?
Yeah. That nigga Godfrey, doing his best pom-pom liberal impression out here for the Democrats. Also for his fellow Tethers and United. Tethers and United. We might go ahead and make that into a phrase. Also, Machismo, are you familiar with the mad rapper from B.I.G.? Yeah. I think we got to go behind the scenes. We might have to go ahead and download that Artlist app, and we might have to go ahead and create the Mad Tether or the Mad African. I think we got a series on our hands.
Yo, that's mad funny. The Mad African, like the Mad Rapper. Yeah, we should do that. We could do that with AI. Get it to switch it. That'd be mad funny.
Mad Tether, Mad African. Don't really switch it up. Yeah, because we gotta have him look like Godfrey. That's the reason why, because he basically fits the whole time mode of the Mad African.
No, and what I'm saying is I'm glad this is happening now because I just saw he did the thing with Joy Reid, so you know what that is.
I really can't stand him.
What I'm saying is like they were on this African podcast talking about FBA, so they're basically ramping them up to attack FBA during the midterms. You see what I'm saying to you? That's what I'm saying. You can call the shot. You can call the shots a mile away now. We didn't got so good at this. You see what I'm saying? So so Godfrey got to get that Fat Joe work right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he really needs to start getting dragged every time he open his fucking mouth.
Yeah, the name of their new organization is Tether Haters United. That's the name of the new organization. Joy Reid, Godfrey, Roland Martin. Who else we could throw in there? Busta Rhymes, we got to throw him in there too. You know what I'm saying? He's still talking about that hip-hop 50-50 bull crap. There's a whole plethora of others that belong in the THU, the Tether Hater United.
No, I mean, but like I said, just from a political standpoint, this shit has to be nipped in the bud. And like I said, I'm glad that the conversation is being had because, like I said, I think it's going to play out with Congressional Black Caucus, even like these people, any black face that we start to elect and everything now. Like the first question is going to be like, okay, well, it's a black candidate, but like, are they FBA black? And then, like I said, you know my whole argument. Like,
where it's people from, or where her people from.
Yeah, and Akeisha should not be elected into office for like the next decade, as far as I'm concerned. I think that'll reset the whole board.
I got 6 of them trying to run for the congressional district right now. One of them is the deputy, the lieutenant governor. She's so game goofy. Like, her whole platform is that she want to abolish ICE and go ahead and just say F Trump on every single one of her paid program bids. Like it's crazy, bro.
No, I'm with you 100%. All right, let's do some Twitter real
How
quick.
you do that there? How you do that there?
Yeah, I was updating the Twitter feed for the show, and then I was this popped up on the main jaw, so I was like, okay, well let's just leave that there. Yeah, exactly. See, yeah, I had the same.
Once you get hit with no copyrights, you know what I'm saying, but just leave him mute. I mean, that's how I listen to him anyway, on mute. But yeah, so we got Godfrey out here. 1 minute he don't want to associate with FBA, you know, especially when we do bad in the media. Then when we doing so-called good, or we the talking point of the week, here he come. Not only he's so-called blacker than black, he's the blacker than black of the black. He a Chicago nigga.
Oh hell yeah! All right, here's an Antifa update.
I think this too.
Over the holiday weekend, and Jonathan Hunt is following this story for us. Hi, Jonathan.
Good morning, Dana. This all played out in the late evening of July 4th outside the Prairieland Detention Center in Alvarado. Police officers responded to a call about a suspicious person outside the center. When they arrived, they saw someone who appeared to have a gun. One of the Alvarado officers tried to talk to that person, and at that point, several other people opened fire on the officer, who was hit in the neck. He was treated at a local hospital and has since been released. Officers arrested a number of people at the scene. A motive for the attack is still being investigated, but the Department of Homeland Security said a group of more than a dozen people had slashed tires of federal vehicles and damaged security cameras at the ICE facility. There was also another attack on an ICE facility in Portland, Oregon, Friday night, a facility that has been the site of an ongoing protest for several weeks. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche wrote on X Saturday morning, quote, "We are closely monitoring the attacks on DHS detention facilities in Prairieland, Texas and Portland, Oregon, and are coordinating with the USAOs and our law enforcement partners. The department has zero tolerance for assaults on federal officers or property and will bring the full weight of the law against those responsible." Now, both attacks, Dana, happened on the day President Trump signed his domestic policy bill into law, a bill, of course, that includes some $45 billion to expand the capacity of immigration detention centers and $31 billion for ICE operations. Dana?
All right, perfect. So, yeah, I'm glad somebody is finally getting locked up and catching some cases. That's what we was talking about. How are these people being allowed to run rampant like this, and ain't nobody catching cases? All right, so these people getting some time. These are the Antifa that shot that ICE agent. Let's go. We're gonna do this on Sunday. Hold on, did you just fall off, Mr. O? There we go.
Yeah, I fell off, man. You know, my internet acting all goofy. I heard you in the background.
Yeah, it definitely does look like Batman's Rogue Gallery. We're gonna cover this tomorrow night, but apparently, Jasmine Crockett's security boy, got murked by SWAT for pulling out a firearm on him in Texas.
These images of Mike King standing close to Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett shows how trusted he was as part of her security detail while she's been in office and while on the campaign trail during her recent run for a U.S. Senate seat. Multiple law enforcement sources say King was the man shot and killed after a standoff with Dallas police SWAT officers on Wednesday night. Police say he was chased into a hospital parking garage where he barricaded himself inside a vehicle before he was forced out by tear gas and pulled a gun on officers. These images of Mike King standing close to Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett shows how trusted he was as part of her security detail while she's been in office and while on the campaign trail during her recent run for a U.S. Senate seat. Multiple law enforcement sources say King was the man shot and killed after a standoff with Dallas police SWAT officers on Wednesday night. Police say he was chased into a hospital parking garage where he barricaded himself inside a vehicle before he was forced out by tear gas and pulled a gun on officers. These images of Mike King standing close to Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett shows
what you call it? This is Jasmine Crockett's. He was one of our head of security. He was just killed by SWAT recently.
Yo, why you look like Big Crit?
Huh?
Yo, why he look like
You
rapper?
said why he look like Big Crit? You funny.
Man, for real.
Wait, let's do some comic relief real quick. This is liberals having full brown meltdown with Trump with TDS. Yeah, it's time for some comic relief.
Why she got a helmet on? Y'all ain't shit.
Welcome everyone to PDS support group and mean tweet therapy. My name is Chuck. I'm a Trumpaholic. Chuck. It's been 5 days since. I'm sorry. I can't.
It's okay, Chuck. You can do it.
Yeah, come on, Chuck. You got this. We're all here for you. Yeah, don't let him win, Chuck. Thanks, guys. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Let's begin with our group prayer.
Oh, Heavenly Father, grant us the strength to arrest Donald Trump, the courage to keep trying to arrest Donald Trump, and the wisdom to almost get him next time. Hey, woman.
Who wants to go first?
Hi, everybody. I'm Nancy. I'm a Trumpaholic. It's been 30 minutes since my last breakdown. It's okay, Nancy. You're in a safe place. One cry at a time.
Does anybody else want to share?
Hi, my name is AOC. And I'm like a total Trumpaholic. It's been like 20 minutes since like I almost died. I just like totally want to shave my head. And my veterinarian says, I'll never bartend again. Thanks, AOC. Anybody else want to share? Hi, I'm Hillary. I'm a Trumpaholic. Hi, Hillary. It's been 10 minutes since my last panic attack. And I just keep thinking that none of this would be happening if I was president. Hey, everybody. I'm Obama. Hi, Obama. It's been 30 minutes since my last cry. I mean, I should be in my 4th term right now, but my life's ruined. And I'm useless. I sleep all day and I cry all night. My wife has to be the man of the house now. The sad part about it is, more of a man than I'll ever be.
Hi, everyone. I'm Adam, and I'm a Trumpaholic. It's been 40 minutes since the last time I passed out, but I've been staying at the Standard Hotel. I've noticed that eating lots of hot dogs and pasta seems to be helping me stop crying.
All right, everybody. That's the end of today's group. Let's stay together like a family. Keep blaming Trump. It works if you're worthless. So blame him, because I'm worthless.
Yo, I'm crying, laughing over here, bro. I'm over here smoking bud. I just got to watching some of the most creative, funniest shit. Man, they had a Trump derangement syndrome group therapy session, bro.
Welcome.
Oh, hold on, wait. Let's do this one. This is some. Wait, let me say. Well, yeah, she was allegedly stealing cakes from a bakery. Let's watch this draw real quick. Hold on. Wait, is it gonna blow up?
Some cakes, all right.
Fights for more videos.
We're gonna have to let that. We're gonna have to run that back.
Yeah, that was starving.
Well, it's not gonna loop automatically. They usually loop automatically. What's going on? Hold on. Let's rerun that.
American douchebag approved.
That's American douchebag approved.
You grab some.
Yo, here goes some Keisha shit for you. I said,
like Demon Time.
No, here you go. Here it is, right here.
I run because she's sucking snake.
Bang, bang, fucking.
We still got customers in here. We got to play something.
Come on now.
Oh my God. Chill. Wait.
Bang, bang, fucking.
𝐇𝐎𝐏𝐄.
Hey, so,
Oh my God.
hey,
Wait.
Keisha is going to Keisha.
now,
All right,
this
let's-
is now what's that esoterically? What's that esoterically like Eve basically giving head to the serpent?
Yeah. It's definitely, well, you know, all these Keishas is witches anyway. All right, let's do some more. Let's do some more political AI comedy.
And Cheetos. If only American citizens vote, Democrats are fucked. If Republicans pass the Save America Act, we will never win another election ever again. No one's going to vote for us with all the retarded shit we've been pushing for years. So we can't let them take these illegal Mexicans off the voter rolls, okay? Comprende? All these illegal Mexicans voting for us, okay? All these Pepes and Panchitos. If only American citizens vote, Democrats are fucked. If Republicans pass the Save America Act, we will never win another election ever again. No one's going to vote for us with all the retarded shit we've been pushing for years. So we can't let them take these illegal Mexicans off the voter rolls, okay? Comprende?
Hey, machismo, yo,
These
why
illegal Mexicans
do
voting
Chuck
for us, okay?
Schumer?
All
Why
these
do Chuck
Pepes and
Schumer
Panchitos.
look like Woody
only
Allen,
Americans-
head of a mariachi band?
Oh yeah, he do look like Woody Allen, don't he? Well, you know, Tucker Carlson recently attacked Trump about the Iran war, so they trashing him with AI.
Act or something like that, acting as an agent of a foreign power. So the other day I found out that the CIA is preparing some kind of criminal referral against me, a crime report to the Department of Justice on the basis of a supposed crime I committed. What's that crime? Well, talking to people in Iran before the war. They read my texts. So the crime under consideration apparently would be the Foreign Agent Act or something like that, acting as an agent of a foreign power. So the other day I found out that the CIA is preparing some kind of criminal...
They not give it. Yeah. Oh, wait, let's do this. Was funny too.
Wow. Man.
Because you know the boy's supposed to be in a coma and got his leg amputated, right? That's the son.
Damn.
That's crazy, right? Oh wait, we gonna
undefeated.
Yeah, we did this one before. But let's do it one more time.
Ultimate Kingdom. First up, we have bartender scientist Alexandria. Welcome to Idiot Test, the game show where you flaunt your stupidity. Today, our two contestants battle to prove
At least
the
they got
ultimate
AOC
ding-dong.
twist
First up,
titties
we
right.
have bartender scientist Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
It's actually pronounced AOC.
AOC's dream is to invent something that's never been invented before. So, what are you working on?
Okay, so like I'm totally inventing like this super never been invented thing that like goes in your sink and like totally grinds up all your leftover food.
This socialist sweetheart has the brain size of a peanut. But boy, can she dance.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my
What's
gosh.
wrong?
I think I'm having a climate change. Girl, your fish tank need a change.
Do you need a doctor or some medicine?
No, it's okay. It was just a photo op.
Next, we have Jasmine Crocker it's actually Jasmine Crockett, Congress's own hood rat lash queen.
Where my falsie at, yo? I ain't rocking no half lash day. I'll like totally help you find your lash just as soon as I'm done like totally filming my TikTok video. I'm like totally lip syncing to WAP, but it's gonna like totally be about tax reform and junk.
Is this your lash?
Yup, that's it. I will. Let me get a little glue from them donkey chompers. As if.
Behold, two of America's DEI masterpieces, straight out of Clown College. All right, morons, let's do a practice question to get started.
OMG, that's like so weird. I just took a pregnancy test. My body, my choice.
If you found out you were adopted, would you tell your parents?
No way. I would like totally not even want to hurt their feelings or like whatever.
Let's try another one. Can you spell orange? Is you talking about the food or the crayon? You got to be specific.
Yeah, that's like totally a tough one.
And we're off.
Hey,
Can I
try
buy
a
a first
vowel?
question? Very simple. Even Kamala could get this right.
What is garbage disposal?
I didn't ask the question yet.
Hey, can I phone a friend up in here?
Oh, I gotta ask you the question first.
Somebody should invent like a roll of toilet paper that I can keep next to the potty that won't make my fingers all stinky when I wipe. Hey, can I solve the puzzle, yo? What is cauliflower?
I have to ask the question first.
Well, I didn't know it was going to be a test.
Oh, so it's because I'm black? What are the 3 branches of the U.S. government?
It's like totally TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook.
No, it ain't.
Everybody knows that.
No, that's not correct. Jasmine? The branches of government be straight up KFC, Popeyes, and Waffle House, y'all. Just a reminder, these 2 morons are making laws in America. The correct answer was legislative, executive, and judicial. Join us tomorrow where we continue this shit show.
Yo, that shit's fucking gold, bro. Yo, the Twitter, yo, the fucking the Twitter feed is gold. Here, I wanted to show that. I wanted to do. Do I have it? Wait, hold on. Is this it? Radicals Ice. Hold on. I will do the other one. That's Obama. Where is it? Bang. Here we go. Safe Act. We'll end with this. The Safe Act. Reminder: Americans support voter ID regardless of race. This is as of March 12th. Black voters at 76%, white voters at 85%, Latino voters at 82%, and the Congressional Black Caucus is up right now trying to block the Safe Act because they are saying that it is racist. Although 76% of black voters support the Safe Act, meaning you should have voter ID when you vote. Let's go.
Yep.
Oh.
Look here, favorite photo ID to vote. 85% of white people favor it. 82%.
Oh, let's run that back.
Favorite photo ID to vote. 85% of white people favor it. 82% of Latino. 76% of Black Americans favor it. So the bottom line is this: voter ID is not controversial in this country. A photo ID to vote is not controversial in this country. It is not controversial by party, and it is not controversial by race. The vast majority of Americans agree with Nicki Minaj that, in fact, you should have a photo ID to be able to vote. So something of a non. Take a look here. Favorite photo ID to vote. 85% of white people favor it. 82% of Latino. 76% of Black Americans favor it. So the bottom line is this: voter ID is not controversial in this country. A photo ID to vote is not controversial in this country. It is not controversial by party, and it is not controversial by race. The vast majority of Americans agree with Nicki Minaj that, in fact, you should have a photo ID to be able to vote. So something of a non. Take a look here. Favorite photo ID to vote. 85% of what?
All right, bet. All right, Mr. O, we're at the 1 hour, 48-minute mark, man. It's all yours. You can close your statements, say what you want. We got about 7 minutes.
Ooh, shoot, damn, 7 minutes. Oh, damn.
I mean, you ain't got to talk for the whole 7, but I'm just saying, it's all yours. You can take us home.
Yeah, so from a little bit, especially, I want to go ahead and talk about these radical, liberal terrorists that they call themselves Antifa. See, the libs want to go ahead for the longest, especially for the last 5, 6, let's say 6 years. They've been saying that people that follow the right, even if you MAGA or not, you just have a conservative mindset, or you just have this thing called common sense. They want to go ahead and try and shame you and try and tell you that you was this violent anarchist that want to just bring down the so-called democracy and want to cause mayhem. We have been seeing for the last 6 years of what they're actually been doing and still doing in major cities. Even George Soros got a paid rally coming to a city near you. I think it's March 27th. Every city in America, they have a No Kings demonstration again, part 2. These are paid agents. These are paid NPCs. by proxy and by actual payroll, if you know what I mean. Some people actually bought and actually want to believe this so-called times that we believe that we're living in. Unfortunately, they don't know that they are being used as sheep for the greater agenda of bringing this so-called republic down, unbeknownst to them. With this Antifa group being prosecuted, actually one of these actual groups being persecuted in the land of the United States of America in over, I think, 100 years, or first time ever. I hope this go ahead and put this in the minds of the new neoliberals of today, that all that projecting, all that uprising that you're doing, keep on up. They got a nice 8x10 cold cell with a metal little bunk on little bed that you can sleep on, with the most uncomfortable pillow that you could think of, with a metal door with a little slot that you can only get your food, and another one that you could talk. And some of y'all might be in there for some years. So keep on up. This just getting y'all a painful picture on what's to come. And we gotta talk about the big crit hitter that used to be the bodyguard for Jasmine Crockett. That was crazy. I don't know if he was MK Ultra or hoax actor or something like that. We don't
no, he had all these fake what do you call it, identities and everything. He had a security company and everything, and he worked as he was on her personal detail and everything. Like I said, we're gonna do a whole segment on it tomorrow. I had it in my Twitter feed, but I wanted we're gonna go through it in detail tomorrow. But yeah, he got killed by SWAT, and they basically chased him into this parking lot. He had a standoff with him, like I said, and I'm assuming like he stopped working for Jasmine Crockett probably fairly recently. I don't know if he was even still on the detail, because she fell out of the Senate race and everything. But he's in photos with her everywhere. She had him. This is another Tiffany Henry situation, because the dude she hired was he was released. He did 25 years, and he's a schmex offender.
Yeah, that work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But as usual, Keisha will Keisha.
But no, you know what? The first place you should go ahead and look for with his name, or probably either one of his other aliases, the first thing you should go look for is see if he got an IDMB account.
All right, bet. All right, we're at the 1 hour 53 minute mark. You got I'm about to wrap in 3 minutes. You got anything else? We got the Sunday show tomorrow.
I know. Hey, yo, Godfrey, from a Chicago comedian to another Chicago comedian, but a FBA Chicagoan to a Tether Chicagoan. Hey, bro, don't use our city as a shield no more to go ahead trying to cover enough for your tetherness. That is very uncouth for you. You are who you are. You are a Nigerian born American. Accept it. You got half ashy and half mild sauce. We got you.
Yeah, shout out to Tim Black. He actually laid out the framework very well. And like I said, if he can't claim flat blackness, he won't be useful as a Democratic show. And that's my biggest thing. Like, we're noticing an overwhelming pattern of these tethers who are operating under the shield of flat blackness, that they are advocating stuff to us that is not in our best interest, but is in their best interest. So they're actively sabotaging us politically and socially and economically. And that has to come.
When we talk about reparations.
Exactly. They're against our reparations, but at the same time fighting for their own, because Ghana's now trying to file for reparations. So they're against us getting reparations, but then now the individual actual African countries are trying to file for reparations against the British government and the U.S. government, but they're against us getting reparations here. But they got the whole reparations idea from us. See what I'm saying, T?
Tell us.
I know Henry's trying to run for Republican in Georgia, but you know what I'm telling you? I'm all for it. I'm all for it. They need chaos down there in Georgia to break up that old, the whole old political machine they got going on down there.
I'm just trying to figure out, and F Illinois and F Chicago, and all surrounding Chicagoland and suburbs. F y'all, for the simple fact, y'all let this Keisha bitch literally get away with that embezzlement, all that racketeering, all that. So,
bro, I mean, but that like, bro, that's once again, like, bro, that's your state. That's how y'all get down. I mean, y'all only consolation is the flip Chicago red MFers. But I don't know if y'all got the tyranny, the old nigga, and the Keisha down there. But like, y'all keep putting these goofies in office, and then y'all don't even punish them for fucking ripping you off and destroying your cities. Like, I'm really with that Thanos shit. Y'all getting what y'all vote for.
Yeah, we do, you know, and I mean, I'm just, I'm against it. I vote against all this stuff, but I'm just guilty by proxy. You know what I'm saying?
By proxy.
Yeah. So my people fail because of lack of knowledge, and I'm just gonna have to enjoy watching them lose and telling them I told y'all so for the next 2 years, 4 years, 6 years. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah, and I'm waiting for because he's already doing it, for Mondani to strip New York down to the friggin' bone. Like I said, all y'all people voting all these numbers, y'all gonna have to learn the hard way. Like, I want y'all taxes to go up. I want them to tax you just every which way possible. I want all of your public services to not work and everything. We want y'all to beg for mercy. Yeah, on that note, man, we're gonna see you guys tomorrow night for the Sunday panel. Mr. O, thank you for coming out, hanging out with me. What you call it? I'm back on my stream shit. I had to study all week. I'm taking my exam in a couple weeks. And shout out to everybody who came hang out with us on a Saturday evening. And thank you to everybody who supported this stream. We're up out of here.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.